Ladies and gentlemen, live from Minnesota again. It's the Drivetime show. Now, some of you on YouTube might have already figured out, wow, you guys are in a nice new studio. That's because my co-host, Jamali Maddox, forgot that he was in Amsterdam today and let us know on Saturday that he couldn't do the pod this week and wanted to move the date. And I said, no, our listener base like the schedule of it because they're all on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. So we need to give it to them when they can. Otherwise, they're all going to start stimming and making weird noises. So you might have realized I have a new co-host today. Some of you might have seen us host things before, work together on stuff such as Channel 4's and News
4 news thing. Reunion.
He's Star QI, nominated for Edinburgh Fringe Best Newcomer Star, Live at the Apollo, Sandy Hook Denier. It is Michael Odewale.
Thank you. We just want to see the footage. That's what I'm saying. I ain't seen the footage. That's what I'm saying. But no.
So we spoke about you a bit on the pod before, man.
Thank you. I've never listened. But
no, I know you haven't listened. You turned up late today in what was a nice sort of reunion to when we used to host a podcast together.
In my defense, I was getting a smoothie. Okay.
That's not a defense.
There is a defense. I need my juice.
You can't be late to things and say, I'm late to this because I was getting something.
Nobody factors in my smoothie time when they invite me to things. Do you know what I mean? That's like...
No, of course not. That's because it's like, insane.
I have to pick, because I go between the protein and the juices. Do you know what I mean? And I have to decide which one I want. That takes 5 minutes. And then they got to make the smoothie. And then I have to taste it. And then I'll be like, can you put in some more ginger? I like to... Because you can do that with smoothies. You can just tell them, so can you put in a bit more of this? And then they do that. And then now I'm here.
Right, so when people book you for something, you think it's absolutely valid that they take in that you're going to be making them wait and late on a studio that we've spent several hundreds of pounds on, by the way.
This costs money?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking
and you were down in Old Street arguing with some lesbian.
I was nearby.
About there's not enough ginger in my smoothie.
Why are you assuming she's a lesbian?
Because she works in a juice bar. Yeah. It's a lesbian. Yeah, probably, right? It is absolutely, I can see her now. She's got short hair. She's a lesbian.
Comedians have a lot of beef with like people working in coffee shops. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, because we go in there and they fuck up our order all the time.
Yeah, well, I think we always just shoot. It's like always like the Steve Coogans, and it's like, oh, it's a different world. They got blue hair.
There is something weird about multi-millionaires shitting on people who work retail jobs.
I think that's a thing.
Or service work jobs in this case. But I think that's because I guess it's like kind of a hack trend where you go into somewhere. So often you're used to dealing with someone in the... Like, I remember one time I was at Crew Station, and there's a bar there, like, not like, I mean, there's like a calf, and I went and got a Red Bull, and I gave it to the woman, and she went, is it to go? And I was at a train station, and I went, have a guess. But she was like, I need to know for the till. And I'm like, I'm in a train station buying a Red Bull. And I couldn't like hide because I know she has to be told by, I wasn't mad at her. I'm mad at the company making her art. Like, I'm like, this is this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is stupid. And and that like, and it's not her fault. And it's also my fault because I'm a bit of a miserable prick.
Yeah.
So I'd want to write her into a sitcom and have a scene where someone burns that place, place to the ground as I sell it to Netflix for several tens of millions of pounds.
Beat her to death with a Red Bull.
Yeah, that's what happened. Me and Ricky Gervais go in there and are horrible to her. But that's also a very American thing. Like, sort of Tom Segura was getting shit for that, and like Bert Kreischer. But I think those people are so out of touch now of like...
Well, I think there's nothing left to complain about. Do you know what I mean? When you got all this money, you got everything you wanted, like... There's just nothing left to like focus your ire on.
Well, there is stuff to complain about. The reason these freaks can't complain is because they keep having the people who make the things to complain about on their podcast and then get them elected.
Well, this is the thing. Where they kind of got everything they wanted. Do you know, like woke? Everyone's like, I wanted to kill woke. Woke is kind of dead now.
Yeah.
You can say the R word again. Say it.
What, retarded?
Yeah, you can say that.
Say it.
Yeah, it's back now.
Yeah. I don't care. Like this podcast, I don't think anyone listening to it gives a shit that we're going to say something. Call something retarded.
In the community, yeah.
Also, I should be allowed to say I was in bottom set at school for everything.
Yeah.
And there was one time at school, I have dyspraxia, and some kid did was rapping in like a class. He did like a rap for the class, and one of the bars was, "I'm a spastic. It's drastic. I'm Elliot. My hands have done a backflip because I hold a pen weird." The whole class was like, "Oh." And I was like, well, I should be allowed to use... If I had to go through that...
Good. You got 8 mild.
Bro, I got 8 mild. I was just some little fat emo kid sat there, and all of a sudden the way I hold a pen was brought into it.
Did you have bars back?
No, the teacher, by the way, did nothing.
Really?
The teacher was just sat there like, yeah, just marked him for it. Like,
That's pretty good.
I was getting heavily insulted, and the teacher was like, yeah, cool.
How do you hold a pen? I feel like you hold it with 2 hands.
No. How fucking dare you? Like I'm churning butter.
You hold a pen like a miner.
Like I'm swinging. I've got the letter A coming up and I'm swinging at it like I'm in some Burmese sulfur mine. No, but you're retarded.
I wouldn't say so. I think I'm more intellectually gifted with gaps. I'm gifted with gaps, I would say. Why are you looking at it? I have
expand on this.
I have lapses in my sort of general knowledge. But
Right.
overall, I would say I'm pretty well read.
What's the last book you read, Mike?
I read Crime and Punishment by the judges
Crime and Punishment.
signed by some Russian
Crime
guy.
and Punishment is Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky,
Yes.
yeah, okay. You know, it's 600 pages
Yeah,
plus.
right.
It's about like guy who stole a thing. And
It's not about that at all.
how you gonna? This is
It's
my
not
synopsis.
about that at all. It's about,
Have you read it?
Yes, it's about a murder.
You've read it.
Yeah, it's about a guy who murders someone, and then he goes and murders somebody who's like.
Was
a
there
landlord.
theft?
Probably at some point, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not wrong.
But it's not about. It's Dostoevsky. Can we look that up? Is it Dostoevsky?
When did you read Crime and Punishment?
I read Crime. I didn't read it. I watched a YouTube thing about it.
YouTube, yeah.
But I didn't come on a podcast claiming to have read it.
I have read
Even
it.
though I did just do that. You haven't read it.
Yeah, it took me 2 years.
Dostoevsky.
Thank you.
Dostoevsky.
Yeah, it's Dostoevsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You've read that book,
Uh-huh.
and it took you 2 years,
Yeah.
and now you're trying to say you're not retarded
Why would that make me retarded?
because it took you 2 years to read a 600 page. That's 2 pages per day almost.
Yeah, because I was like,
That's 2. So it's every day you read 2 pages of a book.
it wasn't always gripping, but I got through it.
Because I tried to read it, and I have this thing with those books that I go, same thing I have with the Bible, try to read that.
You tried to read like start to finish.
I just thought it's written in an older language. Same thing with the Quran. Quran's too old a language for me, but you're not allowed to modernize the Quran, otherwise,
You're not allowed to modelize.
No, because you're not allowed to change the text. It's considered, that's why I like.
Well,
Bits
who's
of the
done that
Quran.
with the Bible? Who's
No,
been
but
like
the Bible's more open to interpretation.
Right, yeah.
So
okay.
the Bible is more of a the same as bits of the Quran are. Like that's why you have scholars and stuff. But the Bible is. Do you reckon Jamali sat there listening to this, flippantly throwing around the word retarded, and now we're on to the Quran, and he's just panicking?
What's going on? A lot of segues are scaring me, in fact, I'll be honest. I'm just
We rent this studio, we rent it, we say some things about the Quran, and then get Charlie Hebdo. And we've just left. We do a Charlie Hebdo. We say some things that ISIS ain't happy about. It gets attacked by jihadists, and we're just back in Jamali's next week like, yo, what's going on, guys? It's a Drivetime show.
There's an attack somewhere. What's that about? You know?
But yeah, I might be wrong on this, but I think like even so the Bible is like, when you try to read these things, my point is that they're written in a period of time where the language is a lot different to it is now. So
Yes.
it's hard to read these things, I find. The same with Shakespeare. Bemi and Mensa were saying Shakespeare's shit, and I disagree with that. But they were saying on their podcast that it's shit. But I think Shakespeare's really good. I think the way it's taught is really badly.
How so?
I think you're trying to teach like for people from age like 7 to 16 about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Their immediate response is going to not like it
Yeah.
because it's for me it's like done with school. It's like I'm forced to be here now. I have to read this thing in this old language, and I don't like it.
Yeah, but that's what school is. It's not going to be about enjoyment.
Yeah, agreed. But like,
But if you have some application and if you just kind of have a little bit of like, let's see what's going on.
Okay.
Obviously, that comes from the teacher.
right, what's your favorite Shakespeare play?
Othello.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Why?
Why? It's about, betrayal.
Okay.
It's about white devils.
Now,
I would say it's open to interpretation.
okay, you seem to have made it about white people almost immediately.
The white guy came in and tried to, interfere this guy's relationship.
Yeah, Iago.
Yeah, Iago. And then, a fellow dies in the end, right?
Fucking everyone dies.
Yeah, I don't like that book, no.
Everyone dies.
Was that the only book with black people in it?
Ever.
No, in Shakespeare.
Well, yeah, it was written in the 1500s.
It's really surprising.
What was he meant to have wrote? Boys in the Hood. What was he meant to have done? It was fucking 16th century England.
I just think it's surprising that it's the only book with black people in it, because Shakespeare was black, so I'm confused.
It's not the only book with black people in it, right? Stop saying it's the only book with black people in it.
I just thought Shakespeare being black would have written more books with black
Shakespeare
people.
wasn't black.
He was black.
Where has this come from?
A lot of the people that you don't know, how do you know he wasn't black?
That's not an argument. That can't be your argument.
I got you there.
Was you there though? Can't be.
His work rate is probably equivalent to like a Young Thug or a Future. Like, he was churning them out every day. Like, white people don't really have that hustle. So I think like he was dropping them like mixtapes.
What do you mean we don't have that hustle? We run the world.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean we don't have that hustle?
Yeah, you did, to be fair.
Well, that's insane. Yeah,
but like, I'm talking about that production rate. That's very Young Thug, Future like. In terms of like, boom, a fellow, boom.
Right, so he's like a Metro Boomin.
Yeah, he kept the streets.
Okay.
Kept the streets going. And he had mixtapes as well. He did the main plays, and then he had a couple, like the short ones as well, a couple mixtapes.
But it was also, he was in lockdown, wasn't he?
How so?
Because there was the plague.
I don't think, did they have a lockdown though? They just
they had a lockdown. Like, yeah, it wasn't like the one we went through. It was people were dying in the middle of the street.
Really?
So I think people were like
just shitting themselves to death.
Just shitting themselves to death. Yeah. So people were like, best not go outside. I think that's when he wrote Hamlet.
Yeah, because there's that movie Hamlet about his son that died, and he was sad.
We got to stop Paul Mescal, man. And
what do you think?
You won't get this.
Give me some white people drama.
It's not just white. You're not single. I'm single, white guy in London, and there's a hierarchy, and Paul Mescal is at the top of the single white guys
in London.
Of London, right? And I don't know if Paul Mescal's single or not. I don't know what he's up to, but all the girls out there are hoping to bump into him on the Northern Line.
Or they want sort of like an interpretation of him.
And he's got to be stopped because he's playing gay characters, and I know what he's up to.
I think Shakespeare was gay.
No, but he played in films. Shakespeare wasn't black. He's going into films. He's playing gay characters. He's doing all
very soft.
I'm so like open to it, and he's just obviously clearly a nice guy. And you got to stop it, Paul.
Isn't he just a man?
You got to stop it. We know what you're up to.
Isn't he just a man with emotions?
No, he's greedy.
He's greedy.
He's greedy.
Yeah.
He's greedy.
He wants all the.
He wants all of them.
Who's the white boy that represents you?
You know someone on the waltzers.
What's this?
The waltzers at like the fun fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, going, go faster, we're gonna go faster, we're gonna go faster, what's going on? And then he starts like doing like his like garage MC.
Maybe like an Irish gypsy.
No, not an Irish gypsy. Like I'm talking like English scumbag.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking like proper just.
That's your emblem.
Grimy, scumbag.
Well, you'd be top of that.
I think I'd be up there.
Yeah. You're top of that. I can save him.
Yeah, I think I've got a very I can save you thing.
Yeah.
But they can't.
It's impossible.
There's about 5 of them trying to save me at one time. None of them know. None of you are saving me.
You got a whole ambulance.
Pumping my chest, doing CPR on me. I'm just fucking. I'm like, you know, like when Charlie Kirk got shot, and people were like, "Just had some news. He's stable." And before they announced his death, you're like, "Well, I just watched his neck explode. I don't think he's fine."
You're like, you know, one of them twins whose heads are joined together, and they bring the best doctors from around the globe. On the case, they split them apart, but one died in like 15 minutes. Yeah,
you don't get them anymore, do you? Too much to conjoin twins.
I think they're still out there. I follow one on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, they dance. Yeah, it's cool, man.
What kind of stuff they doing? Just dancing?
They just dance for money. Yeah, well, they don't do it for money, but they get like they get sponsorships.
Well, so what? There's two, are they both like sentient?
Yeah, they're joined by the head. Well, it's actually they're joined by the back of the head. So one's here, then they just dance.
So they're like cat dog.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would use. But I think they.
Do you remember at the beginning of this podcast?
They just have 2 full-length mirror and then they choreograph their dances.
Yeah, well, it's like
it's a world out there, man.
Well, good on them, man. Let these people let the conjoined twins have at it. I say, let them get that bag. But
there was a whole era of like Channel 4 documentaries in like the mid 2000s,
wasn't it?
Yeah, of like people with like weird diseases.
There was growing up in that exploitative era of British television, and there was nothing more exploitative, in my opinion, than the Jeremy Kyle show.
Oh yeah, that was up there for sure.
The Jeremy Kyle show, because there's like when we talk about the word working class isn't even what these people were. There's like an underclass in this country.
They weren't working.
No, they weren't working, but they've been like left behind. Like so we've left these people behind, and they're fucked through no other circumstance of their own.
It's not their fault at all.
I'm saying there's a bit of their fault, but like I know because I do a podcast every week. I come in and I do a podcast with you or Jamali, and when there's a minute to get to attack the poor whites, the glee in your face.
I'm not attacking all the poor whites, like the ones with jam on them. There's always like ones. They're just sticky and they have jam on them. That's what the ones. Or the Jeremy Kyle show, the jammy ones.
I know we got jammy white people, but we're trying to help them.
They're like marmalade on them.
Yeah, but what are we
not like a cute Paddington Bear way. They're just like residue.
Yeah, I know, but what
like
are we...
spaghetti hoops. That's what those ones.
They're coming in there with their fucking... They've had a fish finger sandwich.
That's what those ones.
Yeah, but don't you think that we should help these people?
They were getting help on the Jeremy Kyle show. He was solving their problems.
He was standing there just berating them.
Yeah, but like you're thinking about the ones that killed themselves. He did hundreds of episodes. Many people didn't do that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So because someone didn't kill themselves,
if you get 2 red cards in 500 appearances, are you a dirty player? Are you a dirty player now?
Like, you know what, mate? You won me round. Fair enough.
I made a mistimed tackle.
Exploit the jammy whites. Bring it back. That's where we've lost as a society.
No, I do. Obviously, he was being a bit too much, but people wanted this. They wanted it until they didn't.
Look, I loved it. Like I enjoy it.
It's good daytime TV.
I can sit there and tell you, as like someone who is a fan of car crash television, I will enjoy the spectacle of it, but I'm allowed to criticize it as a medium of entertainment.
For sure. I think the only thing was there was no other ones for different classes. Where's the upper class version? Because the upper classes have their issues, family issues, but they don't air it out and dirty in the public like that. But if there was almost like a platform for that, like Made in Chelsea, I guess. Well, not really. I guess it's fake.
Yeah, it was all a bit scripted.
But the royal family, they're very trashy.
That's a good point. I guess there's something inherent in British society where it's like the royal family, we've given you all of our tax, we give you tax money, we pay for you, so we want insight into all of your life. I think it's a fair trade. Yeah, but it must be brutal being in the royal family because their whole thing is never complain, never explain. So they're not allowed to complain about the lifestyle they live, if you've lived that lifestyle all that time, once you're at a certain level of wealth, which they're not even just wealth, it's power.
It's not wealth. I don't think they're that wealthy. I think they're
worth billions.
They're established. They can't spend billions.
They can.
They can
What do you mean they can't spend billions?
Why?
They are worth billions. There's not some parliamentary rule in place that goes, hey,
so why?
We didn't fucking say, hey, here's your Monzo limit.
Why has Prince Charles never been to like Jacob the jeweler and got like a spinning queen? He's never done that. They have billions?
Because this is what I think you see as wealthy.
Well, I've never seen a grill in the royal family when I go to
Could you imagine if one of the royal family, if Prince William turned up one day with grills?
It'd be amazing. It would cure so much PR about him.
I don't think you understand the civil unrest that would happen in this country.
They wear shit clothes and shit watches. The coolest thing about them, they're occasionally in a Range Rover.
Yeah, because their whole thing is quiet luxury. It's like they wear stuff that you and I don't know. They go to specialist tailors on like Bond Street and stuff like that. Whereas you go,
What's
why
the
don't
point
they
of
go
having this
Prada?
wealth if it's like if you can't enjoy it? I don't know.
But they do enjoy it.
What do they do?
They're just not spending the money how you would spend the money. That doesn't mean they're not enjoying it.
What do they do? They go, they do the fox hunting.
They paid 12 million quid so one of them could allegedly get off with a girl on Jeffrey Epstein's
I don't
island.
think they did that for enjoyment. But even then, that's another thing. Like that Prince Andrew thing, he had to do that through another guy. I watched something, he had to borrow money from Epstein because he wasn't allowed to get it from his mum. Like, there was a lot of things going on where they're not...
But are you watching this on the same channel that says Shakespeare was black?
Yeah, I mean, it's YouTube. It's all YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I haven't seen any evidence you've presented.
Some guy whose camera is on like 480 pixels. My brothers.
Well, you know the first member of the royal family was black.
We had one mixed-raced woman and it sent this country into meltdown.
It's the lightest mixed-race woman.
And this country went into fucking anarchy.
It's crazy, isn't it? She knows she's more hated than ISIS. They did a poll.
I think she's done more damage.
Than ISIS.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I guess...
ISIS believe in something. She doesn't believe in anything.
She does. She believes in, I don't know, teapots and, I don't know,
No,
jam.
she has a show on Netflix where she says nothing. She says...
But you know you don't have to watch it.
I don't.
So I don't understand
it's
why...
on, my mum watches it. It's on when I go around.
But what people hate her so much, but you just don't have to engage.
No, I think a lot of the backlash she got was racial. There's not denying that.
Do you think, like, it's possible that people are racist and she's annoying?
I think it's both.
But how do you...
it's the same...
like, almost take those two things apart?
Well, that's a hard thing to do in society. It's the same way as, like, if you want to have a conversation about putting the English flag up. It's like, I don't think everyone putting the English flag up is a racist, but I think racists are putting the English flag up as a sign to immigrants. So if you put up
the England flag, knowing that racists are doing it, what does that say about you?
But then do I not have the right to reclaim the flag?
But there's also context. So if I'm putting it up at the same time that other people are putting it up.
But if I put it up during the World Cup, that's when I'm allowed
context.
to fly. That's when I'm allowed to fly the flag.
But if you're putting it up, when racists are putting it up and you're like, I'm putting it up for a different reason, you have to maybe accept the consequences that this looks a certain way.
But people don't want
and you're not being discouraged that other people are putting it up and you're still want to put yours up.
I agree with you. I wouldn't fly the England flag when that raised the colours and flag.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying you have to be aware of the context.
About me personally. The English identity is a complex thing because there are people who are proud. I think I have every right to be proud of things in this country.
What are you proud of? The top three?
Wayne Rooney.
Post-slavery.
Okay. Oh. Oh. That changes things a little. Okay. Things I'm most proud of being English. Wayne Rooney, Street Striker.
No, fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. Was that Sky?
Sky.
No, it's proper TV.
When people say English,
did
people
they ever find anyone that end up being a footballer?
No, not one person.
Yeah,
not one person.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney, Street Striker.
Give you that one.
An afternoon pint.
Okay.
Going for a pint in the afternoon. Unplanned. Guy.
What time?
It's like 1 in the afternoon. You meet
lunch break. You're talking about lunch break.
Lunch break. You got half hour to kill before maybe getting a train. Then someone goes, should we get a pint? Get a pint.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'll give you that one.
That's
beautiful. That's British.
And I guess the firebombing of Dresden. That's the other thing I'm really proud of.
Top three.
I think the firebombing of Dresden is one of the best things this country has ever done.
Finest works.
And I'm glad that what we did the next day was flew a load of American planes over as well after it was all done. And really gave them a fucking, how's your father?
Just to level it out.
Really, I think the bombing of civilian cities.
I don't really know much about. You're a bit of a history buff, though.
I do like a bit of history.
You're a bit of a YouTube history buff.
Yeah, I think people worked out you weren't a history buff when you tried to claim Shakespeare was black.
Well, I was going to say for my top three...
Hold on. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking... Don't you come in and start adding seasoning to my top three.
Listen.
What are your top three?
Saka missing the pen because you didn't deserve it. You guys didn't deserve. I'm glad he missed that pen. I'm glad
you're claiming to be English and you're saying Saka missed the pen.
I'm glad he missed the pen.
Right.
Because you guys didn't deserve to win.
Right.
You guys didn't deserve. I said we didn't reserve.
Okay, interesting how you've changed that, yeah.
What else? Great Fire London.
Why is that in there?
I think it's good, like fire spread across the whole of London. Imagine just setting a fire and it takes out the entirety of London.
You know they blamed the Jews for that.
Did they?
Yeah, they blamed the Jews.
We need to get into that maybe on a different episode. Why
is it? You're not coming back. You're here now. And don't ever think you're coming back on this podcast. Like, what the fuck is this? We need to get into that on this different... About 30 minutes ago, you told me you didn't want to do this. And now you're like, yeah, we're going to come to History Buff podcast.
And then I would say first season of The Apprentice.
Oh, okay. Right, I'll give you that.
That's good. Why are the Jews blamed for so much, by the way?
They're just conniving little fucks, aren't they? No, it's to do. A lot of it's to do with in Christianity, you weren't allowed to borrow or lend money, so economies were quite stagnant because nobody could buy anything. In like how do you attain more wealth?
Mm-hmm.
You need to loan money. Jews were allowed to lend money, so there was kind of like a mass immigrant where countries were like, hey, let's get some Jews in. Then we can borrow money. We can, So Jews would come over and lend money, and then what would happen is the poor whites, the poor Christian whites, would borrow too much money and then not be able to pay it back, and then just be, hey, you asked the money, and then they'll just go kill them.
So they're like
that
Wonga.
Happened in York. No, they're not really like Wonga. That's quite an anti-Semitic way to perceive it. It's the same thing that happens with any sort of it's like Windrush.
Okay.
We need this group of people.
Scapegoat.
We need this group of people. This group of people here that are adding something to society. Then someone who lives in that country feels like they're not getting a benefit, but these people are. So then turns all the abuse towards them. Ergo, then politician comes along, is able to then blame. So they're in York. They went and like massacred like a load of Jews, like killed all the families and stuff.
Really?
And also. And just, like, Jews get blamed for shit that I was reading a thing today, like just on Instagram, where they were like, it's never reported that no Jews were in the building on 9/11. And you're like, well, that's just not true. Yeah, like, there wasn't a group text like, hey, don't go to work tomorrow, plane emoji. Like, oh shit, like that's not like all Jews are in this one WhatsApp group where they find out. It's just the same as anything. It's the same way like now in this country, we want to blame Islam for all of our problems. We blame Islam. Like people look at sex crimes and go, well, it's Islam when it's men. Men commit sex crimes.
Yeah.
So people will just find a certain crime and go, well, that's because of that group.
And it becomes awkward when someone of a group does something. It's like, man, like, why are you...
There is, every now and then you do read what happened.
You know what we're fighting against. Why would you do that sort of thing?
You got but yeah, I think every group sort of has that. I always think that there's like a good, like even as a white person, you will have a thing every now and then where you're like, oh, don't do that, bro.
No, but it's not the same. White people, you guys don't really hold each other accountable. Well, you don't have to.
Yeah, we do.
We have to own. Every other group has to own their people.
No, we hold each other accountable.
No, don't like, for example, the Charlie Kirk one, every group was over, please don't let it be one of us. And even though it was a white person, you guys didn't really have to hold that like, it was one of us.
No, we did.
You subsection it like left and right.
The school shooting. The school shooter trope.
Yeah, but what is that?
It's a disenfranchised white kid.
What does that stick to?
Why is a disenfranchised white kid was like, dude, don't do a school shooting. Just, read Death Note. Listen to Slipknot.
Yeah. What's the ramifications, though, when you find out it's one of you, as opposed to when you find out it's one of us? It's not really anything.
Well, let me try work my way out of this.
Okay, please.
Because you've made a valid point there, and I'm not a fan of it. No, I got to give you that.
But that's what I mean. I think, like, you guys, now what you do... Well, in America, we're talking about America. They subsection it. Well, he was left. He was right. So you subsection your whites, where you generalize all your other races.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. That do you know?
Like, because even, like, you look at this ICE shit, they're shooting white people.
What?
I know. It's not just immigrants no more. They're shooting whites.
They need to be held accountable.
Yeah, we need
to take these people down. Imagine being the guy It's like, wait till we see the body cam footage. It was a white man. It's just suddenly out there with his "Don't tread on me." Like, this is the question I have, by the way, for anyone who's like centre right, who might listen to this podcast, or is right wing. For the last 5 years, all I've heard from right wing people is the left moved so far left, the centre now seems far right.
Yeah.
And we currently have a Gestapo-style government-backed police force who in the last couple of weeks have executed 2 people on the street for their right to protest who haven't broke any laws and are facing zero accountability.
At most, they were being annoying.
At most,
that's not a death sentence.
They were in the way.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What was it worth this to stop trans people winning regional swimming competitions?
You made like the link from that to this.
Yeah, because that's what everyone was annoyed about at first with woke left-wing stuff.
Like in 2014.
That's all I ever heard about the left. I never heard what ICE are doing compared to what the left were being accused of, which was they're going into schools and kids now want to dye their hair.
Yeah.
So we have to fight this. And now citizens of a country are being murdered by a government police force. And where are the right-wing people who have the point of view that one of the main right-wing arguments that I can understand is we don't want big government, we want small government. You should govern over these people.
That was like old school Republican.
So old school Republican. Minnesota, if they say they don't want ICE there, if the mayor comes out and says that ICE shouldn't be there, and now all these people are arguing like, well, hold on, what do these people actually fucking believe in? Because anytime they say they believe in something, and the opposite happens, and the side they voted for starts doing the thing they've accused the other side of, they don't do anything to counter it.
You can't let people tell you what their line is. They'll show you what their line is. Do you know what I mean? So they can tell you, my line is Epstein files. Someone be the Epstein files. Actually, no. My line is you should be a legal gun holder. That's fine. And then someone gets shot. And that, actually, I think they're showing that their line is basically the upholding of, you could say, white supremacy.
It is white supremacy.
You could say that is like, as long as you do that, we will go for anything. And that's what Trump represents. As long as you uphold this, you do your job. If Trump was to be like, you know what, this immigration thing, I got it wrong, I'm going to pull it back. Then we would see that their line is that, because you're not upholding the thing.
Right.
But he's upholding this, white supremacy thing on a top level. What did he say with the people he's letting into the country? I'm only letting in white South Africans because they're the most oppressed. So, like the whole thing about, people from African countries, just like, I'm stopping funding. It's all going to white South Africans, because he's saying white people have been the most oppressed people of the past 30-something years. And they're like, oh yeah, we like this. So anything you do, as long as it upholds this, that's our line. Everything's actually going to program. They might not, some of them might be like shocked that it's being carried out in a way it's being carried out, but they're not going to go against the line, because they've never had a situation where they've had it like this before, where someone could so openly support what they support. Do you know what I mean? They don't want to go back from that.
So what is the reaction of the counter argument? Because I think now, and this sounds morbid, and maybe I'm very deeply cynical when it comes to politics anyway, and everything in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where we are now as a society is like, you have to have some form of fight back to this that isn't sending a tweet, that isn't doing a fucking spoken word poem.
I like a spoken word poem.
Do the spoken word poem if you must.
Yes, please. Let's involve that in.
All right.
Some arts and crafts.
All right. But just realise it's kind of gay.
Do you think that people should bear arms?
I think.
Are you advocating for civil war?
I'm not advocating for civil war in any shape or form, but I think if you live in a country where one of the things, for all the times that, right, this is the thing with America, all the times there has been mass school shootings, it's been like, well, we might need these guns one day. There's a country, let's be real. There's a country when this is the price we pay for the right to bear arms.
To protect ourselves.
To protect ourselves.
And they even say protect ourselves against the government.
Against the government.
If they ever turn against us.
That's
why they're stocked up, tooled up.
Yeah, now you have the government murdering people in the street, and there's people bringing their guns out, legally, by the way. Legally, I believe it's a concealed carry state.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to do that, which I know is alien to me and you.
But even like the NRA, were like, what? Hold on a second. He actually allowed to carry that. Let's be clear. But because everyone's so conflicted, because I feel what happens is Trump says something, and then people have to find a way to almost like, remember in Key and Peele, they had the Obama anger translator. That's what people do to Trump. They try and make what he says make sense. But because he says so many contradictory, rash things, they end up contradicting themselves to their own beliefs. So now they're going against being able to carry a gun concealed, which is like one of their main talking points from literally since I was born and beyond. And now they have to go against that. Like, well, you shouldn't approach police and have a gun in your pocket. Like, what? That's like your main thing is you're allowed to do. Yeah. You're allowed to be a legal gun owner.
But do you think as well, that I don't even think it's like, look, I think Trump is a big catalyst in all this. The main thing I blame is the culture war. Because the thing the culture war has done, we're already in this civil war, by the way, and it's not just in America.
You think it's over here?
Bro,
because I want to get back to the UK.
Because working in this job, right, and having to use social media, having to go around the country doing jokes, and do these things, I have a small insight, very small insight into the world. Very small. But I still have one. And what I see on the most part with the culture war it's how do I explain this? The next civil war isn't going to be fought like how we look at the 1800s American Civil War or Oliver Cromwell, Roundheads v. the Cavaliers here, people in fields, horseback. It's fought online. The main thing you do in a war is you fight for the battle of the hearts and the minds. That's where America went wrong in Afghanistan and Iraq, was they had the military force, but they couldn't win the battle of the hearts and minds of the people, so they got no support, so they were fucked. Same thing in Vietnam. This war is being fought for the battles of the hearts and mind, and it's online, and you can just go on there and make whatever thing you want. So we all thought body cam footage would change everything. But because of the culture war, your side's already decided before you, depending on its own the fucking libs. There's this big thing now where and look, I'm liberal. I still call things gay. I call things retarded. I'm sure the woman who got shot, the non-binary poet lady who was driving her car, if she was at a comedy show of mine, I don't think she'd have been a fan. Mm-hmm. But I still don't want her executed in the street. Yeah. Because there's like levels to liberal, but like they just view it all as one big liberal thing. And it's like, I look at it and I'm like, dude, you guys are becoming actual fucking fascists. And you don't even believe in fascism. You don't even know what fascism is half the time.
You say they don't believe in fascism. What makes you they don't believe in it?
I think they don't understand what fascism is. I think they don't understand what ethno-nationalism is. I don't think they understand what racism is. They don't understand what white supremacy is. They don't understand. Like,
they understand enough.
No, dude. I think there's people who do, but I think a lot of them. There's a guy, a football hooligan whose documentary I watched. Right, documentary is him saying racist shit all the time. Listen to a podcast he's on. It's like, I don't know how anyone could call me a racist. It's like, well, there's like a 50-minute episode of a BBC documentary of you saying these things.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't get through to him that he's a racist because his idea of racism, because he will go, well, hold on, I got black friends, hold on, I got Asian friends, because he doesn't understand what it is, that he can be a racist. It's like trying to explain to some people that they're like, it's like, I guess in some ways, it's like trying to explain to someone they're a repressed gay person. It's like, you're doing it, that's kind of gay, bro. And they're like, no, that's not gay. Do you know what I mean? That's,
yeah.
It's like people have cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, but I do also think there's an element of like, as long as it's not happening to me, and as long as it's happening to a side that I support as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think there would ever be like a liberal version of what's going on now.
I mean, people would point to Portland and they call it, and Jamali is very good to speak to about this, but he decided to fuck off this week, so this has been He would have so much to add to this.
So much insight.
And he's probably listening to that. Why are we acting like he's listening to this? He's got MF Doom on.
Yeah.
Probably arguing with someone at an airport over a coffee. Which he's going to be writing a script about.
Yeah, he's going to do that,
yeah. I think. Sorry, what was it you said before I got distracted?
I don't know if there would be a liberal version of what's going on now. Like, would we take advantage of?
I think liberals. Again, this is where it comes to culture war. I think liberals were in charge of culture for 12 years.
Longer than that.
But like a real it got to a point where you would watch something like Brass Eye. I would say is a liberal show. You know, I would actually say what I think happened was there then came this version of liberalism that became known as woke.
Where like every superhero was a woman.
Yeah, and fat.
Yeah,
and we didn't need that.
So they'll now shoot people.
Yeah, I know, but you saw it in comedy, and I'm going to talk specifically about the things that I saw in comedy. You would see a group of comedians who would go to Edinburgh, who the industry would then back based on liberalism. Yeah. And also a lot of the time was there should be diversity in this country in all its art scenes. A lot of the people who I think, a lot of people got looked over because they were old. Because they didn't fit, we know, like Josephine Lacey's a fucking great comedian. That she should be.
I want to say she's old.
Yeah, but Josie, she's a grat. You know what I mean? She calls herself a grandma. And like, I'm trying to be nice. But and what happened was there was this. And again, I guess part of it's rooted in my own little blind spot of maybe white supremacy that I have or racism that I have, because I've got this blind spot.
You don't even know Shakespeare's black.
Bro, I do. Don't you say that one more time, you're off the podcast.
You got blind spots.
It was meant to be, oh, fellow.
That's crazy.
Oh, fellow.
It's a little Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, little Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, man, this side bitch is different, bro.
I said Bernie Macbeth.
You know there's nothing worse, is there, than when they try to do it's Shakespeare but we're going to modernise it. That's why that fucking Hamilton shit can fuck off as well.
Hamilton, I've never seen it. It looks annoying.
It's English teacher.
It's definitely rap for white people.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, we're
on a serious topic now. Fuck Hamilton.
No, because obviously we were talking about woke shit. It was annoying.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that when this whole, I do think there was a militancy to what you were allowed to talk about.
Yeah, and but you also there was
and you could lose your career.
There was this idea within an art space, right, that certain things were off topic, and it's that's stupid to do with art. It's whether it's a bad thing to do, and there was look, there is a difference. I would say what Little Britain were doing was racist.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If you show me that, I'd be like, this is different. But then
it's funny though.
It is funny, but then there's a difference between when Always Sunny would do something like blackface, it'd be like, no, but these characters are art. There's a new. But then
listen, let me. I want to clear something up, right?
I knew that was going to annoy you.
There was an era amongst white people, white comedians, where you were trying to find an excuse to either do blackface or say the N-words.
Okay? Bro, those were the golden years.
You were working backwards. I want to say the N-word, and I'm going to create the right joke around it in order to say, I want to do blackface. I need to find the right circumstances to do
that. That was Barclay's era comedy, bro.
That was
the Barclay's prem of comedy.
That was a good era. That was the Morton Gamps Pedersen, whatever you call him, of comedy.
Yeah.
But there was an era where I was like, okay, you've just ended up in blackface here. And I can't say nothing because you've done the working out.
But it's like
I'm looking at the maths.
E equals MC squared.
He's cracked it.
We cracked it. We found a way through.
Gosh,
to
damn
do it. We found our way. What we did was we worked it out. We worked out the formula, and then we were able to do it. And then you came back 10 years later, and we were all laughing. We were all having a good time.
Alfie Brown, when they go look at their exam paper, actually.
Alfie didn't do the work. Alfie did the workings out. He just said...
No, he did the work. He submitted the paper.
Yeah.
and it got marked correctly, and then they've gone back and been like, actually,
That's what's mad about that, is that he did that, like that routine. If you don't know, Alfred Brown, member of, Def Jam and stuff like that now. Famous. He should do an apology tour, but he has to do it at like Hackney Empire on like. He has to, that should have been he should have, before recording that show, he should have done it in different routes.
Well, you should have done it Africa versus the world. Or what are you talking about?
Could you imagine? Yeah, because you wouldn't.
No, exactly.
You wouldn't. So it's the hallmark of a good bit. Like,
would you do it in front of the group?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, would you, if you're not prepared to do it in front of, and also...
I once had a joke about when I first started about people in wheelchairs, and then I didn't do it because I was a wheelchair person.
What was the joke?
I can't remember. But I was just like, well, I can't do it if he's there. And then I was like, well, then I shouldn't do it then.
Well, you can remember the joke.
No, I'm not going to remember it. But like... I think that's a good rule, and if you need to be able to do it in front of the group you're talking about, because that means they should be in on the joke.
Yeah, for sure. But also, like, I don't know how we had a really good conversation about ICE there, and we really derailed it into me just wanting to be like white people.
Did we though?
No, it was me. It was all me. What happened was we had a really good conversation about ICE, and then I somehow turned it into white people should be allowed to do blackface.
Yeah.
And then,
you're was like, because I was asking, can liberals do the same thing? And then you said the culture war.
Oh, sorry, that was it. The culture war. The culture war itself is based on, but this is the thing.
But was BuzzFeed worth fascism? I think that's what we got to ask ourselves. Was it really that bad? Were those lists that bad?
But I know what he's saying, but like there was what happened was they annoyed everyone, and that got exploited. It's like a football team. The manager's lost the dressing room. We need to bring someone new in. And you don't think, hold on, this can get worse.
Well, amongst the whites, because I used to have this joke like 2018. I used to do like, it's never been a worse time to be a white guy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work no more, obviously.
It's fucking sick.
Because now you guys are up again. But I think there was an era, there was a 10-year era where you thought you guys were oppressed. And now you're getting like, now it's back, now it's time again.
We were, I don't think anyone...
You think, because you didn't get mocked
more oppressed in history than what I've suffered in comedy.
Because you didn't get mocked a week.
There was no Harriet Tubman turning up to save me.
There's no... You had Jeremy Clarkson.
To get me into...
You had Jeremy Clarkson.
To get me on to Mock the Week.
Yeah, you had Jeremy.
There was no... We had to... And I think white people have suffered more. Arguably, anyone in the universe.
Really? Just across time?
Across time. I think if you look at... And only going from the London liberal bubble from 2014 to 2017, we had a rough time of it.
Yeah.
Worse than anyone ever had.
We shouldn't have invented you. We shouldn't. Damn your coup.
That really was an oversight on you.
We should have left you in a bunch of...
What were you invented to do originally?
Just to like...
Observe.
Just like for plot. For those who don't know, the black Israelites, they believe that white people were invented.
Oh, the people who listen to this podcast are very aware. I'm very aware. Don't worry, we've covered this. Episode 1.
Should have left you in the tube. But it is what it is.
So how do we solve all this, Mike?
Do you mean like... Because obviously I don't want to get too American-centric.
I think it's American-centric because I think American politics, we moved to the sound of American politics.
I think She-Hulk was the last thing that...
It took the fucking piss. It took the fucking piss.
I think that was the one where it was like, we need...
You put it on, and out of nowhere I was Zeke Highland and Goose stepping, and I went, what? And I wanted to invade Poland because Megan Thee Stallion was in She-Hulk.
Yeah, that was the last. That was a limit.
That was an error, and I know people like there was this error of this. Like every TV show, someone had to have an anxiety attack or someone had to. But like I say, I don't think any of that stuff warrant. Like I was joking earlier, everyone was moaning about trans bathrooms. That's all anyone spoke about for 12 years.
But that goes back to the start with the comedians with nothing to talk about, because that's what they were moaning about.
Yeah, well, we're partly. I think there's a lot of comedians in Austin currently to fucking blame.
Yeah.
But I got in trouble on the weekend.
What did you do?
For using a gender-neutral bathroom in Manchester. Really? Yeah. It was
what is gender-neutral bathroom? Like, who can use that?
I went into a gender-neutral toilet. So there's a sign on the door, male, female sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the bathroom is. Now, in the toilet, next to each other are two toilets, obviously separated by a little, but like you'd get in a men's toilet, a couple of toilets next to each other. One was male, one was female. But they're in the same, it's not like a separate bathroom.
No.
They're next to each other.
Yeah.
So you've made it gender neutral, and then you haven't had the balls, ironically, to go through with it. Right? So I've used the female one, not realising, come out. I was just having a piss, and there was this girl there. She was like, "You're in the ladies' bathroom." And I look round thinking, "Oh, fuck, I'm in the ladies' bathroom." No. But I'm not. I'm in the toilet. And it's just one. It's not like there's a urinal. There is a urinal next to the women's. It's just fucking.
Is this how you explained it to her? You sound so guilty.
I was just like, oh, I thought it was gender neutral. Come out. She comes out, starts having a go at me, and then her gay friend was like, no, it is confusing.
How'd you know he was gay?
He was gay. What do you mean? How do I know he was gay? I knew he was gay from the minute he opened his mouth. I knew he was gay. What do you mean? What do you mean, how do I know he's gay? Sometimes people speak and you know they're gay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. That's the woke stuff.
I'm just asking. That's why. What? How do you know?
Because now you're going to make me seem like a bigot.
Was there a glory hole in there? Like, well, how did you know he was...
No, you see, you've taken it to that level where suddenly, oh yeah, he took the cock out of his mouth. I actually got confused by that as well. No, I knew he was gay.
Okay, go tell you with the story. And then what happened?
Well, me and her had a little argument.
Yeah.
We both said some things. And I'll tell you what, brother, I threw some lines at her. She wasn't fazed.
Really?
She wasn't fazed.
Manchester, innit?
She walked through those.
She rolled on it.
Yeah.
Mayweather in the prime.
She was just Ricky Hatton style coming through, hitting me. She called me middle-aged.
Really? You have a weathered face.
I do. I didn't take to that well, let me tell you that. I said some nasty things back. It was nice. It was a little cat fight.
It's nice, isn't it?
A little cat fight.
Just have a little scrap.
And do you know what? If you're listening, you weren't fazed. You won that one. You beat me.
It's very like Cray twins. Let's just have a scrap and we'll go our separate ways. You know what I mean?
So this is the advice segment of the show. We're going to do 2 advice bits, and then we're going to bring Jamali and just give him a little rundown of what we've done on the podcast on here, and see what he says. So I got left in charge.
Are you reading the question now?
I'm reading the question.
Okay,
I've never had to read them out before. I'm excited.
Can you read? Are you okay to read?
I'm okay to read.
Okay, let's go.
This has been sent in by someone, by the way. Got caught sniffing my girl's shoes while playing with myself. Now she ain't looking me in the eyes no more. Is it time to break up? And how do I stop her telling all of our friends? If we do. I feel trapped. Serious anxiety.
My goodness.
Sniffing the shoes while playing with yourself, brother.
I mean, that's just your kink, no?
What you got to do here, bro, you got to play the liberal card.
The liberal card, what's that?
You got to play the liberal card. I'm not going to be kink shamed. I was in my own the privacy of my own place. I'm refusing to feel shame about this. And you got to hope you're in a liberal group.
Yeah, because I feel like with your friends, you can own that. If you just chest out it,
I don't know, bro.
Chest out, no shame. You can own it with your friends.
Listen, man, you're feeling anxiety about it. I'm going to give you a bit of advice. You should feel anxious. You're about to go through absolute humiliation.
You're probably next to like pedo in terms of social sort of castigation.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't start calling the listeners a bunch of... You're not far from it. There's nothing more embarrassing than a sexual proclivity.
Was it a high heel? Was it
probably a running shoe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, stinky.
And listen, I get it.
You could turn that into
that's your thing, bro. That's your thing. But you've been caught by. And do you know what? Say to your girl. Here's what you say to your girl. You go, listen. I'm wanking over you.
I adore the feet.
I'm wanking over you. I didn't have one of your flatmate shoes.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. That would be it. That would be over if that happened. But I didn't have it. I had your shoe because I like you. I'm into you. You could be weirded out by it.
It wasn't one of them kids' shoes that light up. You know what I mean?
That would really throw a fucking spanner in the works of your relationship. But yeah, man,
it's an adult shoe. Yeah, I own that shit.
But you just got to be like, look, if your friends find out you were doing it, just got to be like, yeah, man, I'm a bit of a freak. I'm into some weird shit. And her friends are going to find that out. And you know what? They're going to be weirded out. But if your relationship does end,
then there's going to be one that likes it.
One of them's going to be liking your Insta stories. Nah, that's what I would hope happens. But yeah, that's having a bash over her shoes, bro. So he's holding his shoe. Where were you going to finish?
You reckon in the shoe?
Hope not. She goes, puts it on and it's all wet.
Yeah.
Just like, he has to lie about it. Because I only know cum to be the consistency of cum. There's nothing else I've ever felt in life and gone,
you don't know, like,
that's cum.
That's cummy.
You know when you put something, you go, that's cum. There's like, cum's it's a very snitchy substance.
I know it when I touch it.
Yeah, like I know that's cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't. Yeah, bro.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Should I get a tortoise as a pet? I'm chronically lonely, just getting chronic all day.
Is this your fan base?
This is our fan base.
I thought about getting a tortoise before.
Yeah.
Because obviously they live really long and they seem like they keep secrets. I think that's the best thing about tortoise. You just feel like a wise animal that you can tell stuff and they wouldn't judge you.
What kind of things would you tell it?
Just like what I'm going through, my deepest shames and shit like that. You could tell a tortoise that maybe more than a cat or a dog.
Yeah.
Because I feel like cats and dogs, they have like a dog is maybe too loyal. It's just too dumb and loyal. You're going to believe anything. Cat, they don't give a fuck about you. A tortoise, I feel like there's a wisdom there. They kind of remind me of like old Japanese men. So you could get an old Japanese man.
You should get an old Japanese man, brother.
One of them beards that go down.
In the corner of your room, under the vivarium, the little light on, you feed it locusts. It shoots his long Japanese tongue, it eats the locust.
I don't think the tortoise will solve your chronic loneliness.
I don't know why I've made the Japanese guy have a long tongue like tortoises do here.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're hard, but I don't know what my...
Should we want to deal with this man's depression, maybe?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, bro, this is what you're going to do. No, bro, listen, I'm a fucking incredibly lonely individual. Like, I know I do this podcast with friends and stuff. I struggle with the chronic, like, my life is spent on the road. I'm chronically fucking lonely a lot of the time. I too don't have people to speak to. The one girl I liked and spoke to doesn't fucking message back. I get you, bro.
Jesus.
Get the fucking tortoise.
This feels like a Streets interlude or something.
Wait, do that over it while I... Yeah, man, I'm lonely too.
Has it come to...
Right, brother, I'll be real with you. It's what happens, man. For 2 weeks in a row, someone that I was chatting to and arranged to meet, she don't want to see me. And that's been a story of my last 3 years, right? But this was a few months ago. So what you gotta realize with loneliness, man, you can make fucking dumb decisions to get rid of the pain of being alone. The tortoise isn't a dumb decision.
It's not a dumb decision. And I like that you're taking action. Tortoise can be a great start. You're doing something, you're taking care of something, feeding something, you can tell it all your secrets. But let that just be the first step. Don't see that as the solution to your loneliness.
Yeah.
You might want to start with people after that.
And there's nothing wrong, man. There's fucking nothing wrong with getting a pet and loving it deeply because that gets you, man, brother.
Especially one with 80 years in the tank.
80 years in the tank.
Get your money's worth.
And you know what, man? Just don't fucking, man, girl, wherever you are, don't. Shit can get dark sometimes. It's going to get bleak. You got to fucking crack on with it, soldier. You got to crack on with it. And don't fucking go to the gym and deadlift and get into the right wing conspiracies either.
You can get
Because they're aiming for you. Go to the gym and deadlift, but you got to avoid, because it's how they get you. They're looking for people like you. Don't get your tortoise and name it Adolf, right?
That'd be funny though.
Call it Simone de Beauvoir. You gotta be liberal. Don't start painting lightning bolts on the tortoise, which is funny. It's funny at first because it's a lightning bolt and they're not fast, but then you're gonna add the second lightning bolt, and we all know what you mean.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
You gotta get through this one, brother. If you get, by the word chronic every day, I don't know if you mean. I think you might mean stoned because you might be an American listener. Yeah, if you're getting stoned to get through the days, man, listen, bro, we all do what we got to do to get through the days.
I would say you want to like achieve certain things in the day, and then stoned is your treat. You don't want to start the day stoned. Personally, some people like to wake and bake. But I like, if you're going to do it, be like, I want to do 3 things today, and then I'll get stoned.
Yeah, and listen, you're lonely. You're listening to the podcast. This podcast will always be, if you need a laugh, go put it on, right? You could be caught wanking into a fucking shoe. That's the other thing with getting a bird.
Could be like the last guy.
You could be like the last guy. His friendship group, look at him. He's killing it. Girlfriend, friendship circle, all of that. What's happened? They're all about to find out he's wanking in a shoe. You are at worst going to be caught masturbating by a tortoise.
Yeah. You can't tell no one.
Can't tell no one.
There you go.
Did you get that? Right, that's been the advice. Let's ring Jamali and let him know how the podcast is going. You get to tell him how you think it's went today. We got a high-tech system here where I just hold the speaker to the microphone.
Why don't you do phone-ins? That'd be cool.
We're trying to do that, actually.
Fair enough.
Oh, cool. The guy who decided not to do the podcast and make us have to book a studio today won't even pick up the fucking... What kind of... This is the level of people...
I made the mistake of thinking you had planned this bit ahead of time with him.
None whatsoever.
Not just
no, I thought we'd
put us all through like
I thought I'd do that as I thought that'd be a fun little
just on
thing.
a whim.
I decided that while you were giving really good insight into current racial problems, and I thought he's made some good points here. How can I get this back to me? Michael Odewale. I'm sure you'll be back on the pod. You could come on whenever you like, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Mike. Probably be you'll be our first mic.
We got some of that B-Tech spirit back, man.
Yeah, that was fun, bro.
Enjoyed that.
That was good to do that. I felt like we were being smart at some point.
Yeah, I know, right?
We did start rocky.
Yeah.
We did start by opening up by calling things retarded. But
yeah, what you gonna do, man?
People, if you enjoy the clips and that, by the way, and if you like the podcast, do subscribe. Check Michael's stuff out. If you like the clips, comment, share. It has helped. The podcast is really growing. We're actually quite surprised with how well it's doing.
Shout out to the guy doing the Insta page for you guys as well.
Don't you ever fucking shout him out again.
Keep doing what you're doing.
This guy is good.
We love the stuff.
This guy has caused a lot of fucking problems for us. We keep doing it. It's very fun. We enjoy it as a bit. It's coming worrying.
Shout out to the 18 followers who follow that page and the 800 people that
I went through the followers and I was trying to work out if one of them was his girlfriend, because I was like, I'm going to follow her, start chatting to her and see how he fucking likes it. See how he likes people doing it. But yeah, if you make a page of my podcast, I'm fucking girlfriend. That's fair. That's a fair trade. So if you are enjoying the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube, leave us comments, give us 5 stars, share the clips, comment on the clips, whatever you like. This has been the Drivetime Show. I've been Elliot Steele. He's been Michael Odewale. This has been live from Minneapolis or Minnesota or wherever the fuck it's kicking off in a minute.
Same, yeah.
Is that the same bit?
Yeah.
There you go. We're laughing, we're learning. See you next week.